guys!
Ryan here.
And Matthew here.
So it's been a hot 5 minutes since we sat down with y'all.
And done a video. This is so weird.
I'm just going to do a button up because I feel like I'm a bit overexposed.
Being a sluz. We are going to be reacting today to something which is quite controversial, and especially at the moment, seeing as though it's Pride season, there's lots of stuff going on to promote love is love.
Yeah, so we are going to be looking at some anti-gay ads which have been shown on TV and the internet and floating on the internet. Some of them are really, really old and some of them are a little bit like more recent. There has been a lot of, like Matthew said, there has been a lot of like stigma, a lot of stuff going on in the world at the moment. And I think it's a really, really important time to remember that the fight is not over.
Never will it be over quite yet, and we have to work really hard to keep raising the profile of LGBT plus people and to share love.
And also never forget, if you are in the LGBT community, remember that you are loved, you are worth it, and there's thousands of people
and you're beautiful.
that love you.
Yes.
So never feel ashamed of who you are. We got our AirPods.
So we've picked 5 videos that we've seen really briefly on YouTube. We haven't seen the whole things, and we thought these would be ones that we would like to react to. So there's quite a few, so let's just get straight on it. Right, this first one is 30 seconds long, and it looks like they've put a lot of effort into their props. They've got their cereal, they've got their
harsh
linguine.
lighting, harsh yellow lighting behind her, which I've noticed, clocked it.
And she starts with a frown. Let's go.
Hey honey, how are you?
Thank you.
Fine, I guess.
What's going on?
Well, Obama is trying to force gay marriage on this country. That's not the change I voted for. Marriage is between a man and a woman.
That's not the change I voted for either.
What can we do?
We can vote for someone with values.
Campaign for American Values PAC
Oh my
is
God.
responsible for the content of this advertising.
We should change to vote Matthew and / Ryan, where gays will rule the world.
I feel like this, like, I feel like if I was American, and obviously Obama's not in power now, but you've got Trump, I feel like this would be so infuriating if you were in America when this, like, happened. Like, this is not the change I voted for, shut up. Like,
It's just insane. Like, I know America is so big, so it's going to have lots more opinions because it's so big, but like, these kinds of things
it's
we
how it's
played on
ended with, like,
TV.
perfect, like, you've got a young daughter in the end, you've got 2 boys, like, that ideal family, and it's just like, this is not the change I voted for. Also, just to clarify, when you put the coffee down, I love how there was a napkin for that coffee. Like, I don't know why that infuriated me, it just did.
Well, the change we're voting for is for everyone to just use placemats.
Just use a placemat, just use a coaster.
Disgusting!
Like, oh, it makes...
Oh, it's like me and you playing in the playground. Till later, regardless.
God, the music's giving me right feels.
Where's your mommy?
Is marriage about what adults demand or what children need?
No! What? Right, this one just makes me cringe a little bit because, where's your mommy?
Like, what? There's always that stigma around, like, every family needs a mummy and a daddy, and it's just like, what happened to love?
It's just really weird, isn't it? Like, people, I kind of think that this one's not real.
Oh, I disagree. I think it's completely real. I know she said, the news anchor person said that, like, she thought it wasn't real. I actually think it was completely real. I feel like I think they wouldn't put the music with it. They wouldn't put such a clear, simple message at the end. Like, I just think there was definitely no indication that it was a joke. So I feel like it wasn't a joke.
Okay, right, we're going to go into number 3.
This one is called
I'm Confused.
which already love it.
Already love it. We're all confused why
But
these are even made. We're just all confused.
Literally, great.
Grandma, my teacher says if Grandpa was a girl, it's okay. You can still be married.
Good.
If we change the definition of marriage,
God creating Adam and Eve.
Which love.
That was so old-fashioned.
our kids will be taught a new way of thinking.
Good.
He should have created Anna and Eve.
Yes,
My
Anna
dad
and Eve.
made a man who would be my mom. I'm confused.
Marriage is between a man and a woman. Call Governor Lynch today and ask him
I'm
to
only
protect
calling him in a
marriage
minute.
by not supporting
Right.
Trump's bill.
I'm going to call Governor Lynch. Ring, ring. Hello, Governor Lynch.
I'm confused why this ad is made. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, yes, I get it. Kids can be confused. I think I understand that it can be really, really confusing, but then that's why you educate. When change happens, things can be confused, but changes, like this change is for the better. So there just needs to be like knowledge. There's just a lack of knowledge and understanding, but doesn't mean they're confused and it's not the right direction. Which I feel like that's like what this whole ad is. Like, I'm confused, which means we can't make that change because they're not going to have a clue what they're doing.
And I can't imagine, right? Basically, in the UK, I think that there's still so much work that needs to be done, but in the area that we live in, especially in like on TV and stuff, you would never see this kind of advert go, or if it did, it would last like 2 minutes. Like, when you see kids, like everyone's kids are just taught it, and they seem to get it a lot more. And
I just feel like it's just very, very like religious based. Well, it is religious based, like the Adam and the Eve, and like Adam and Adam. Like the way they've worded it is very, very like religious based. And even that girl just here, she said something like, what did she say? Like, that's okay. Which I'm saying, like, yes, it is okay, and apparently it's not okay. I just think like, and also, why are you using kids? Why are you using cute kids?
they're trying to get to the souls of people that don't have an opinion on it to sway them to have a negative opinion on it.
The point of marriage is love. That's literally just what I think.
Love.
Like the point of being with someone is love. Religion is all about love. And like even every religion it comes down to that core value of being a nice person and being a nice human being, which I think does not dictate your sexuality. I just feel like when they've used kids in this video, I feel like those kids probably don't have a clue what they're saying, or if they do, they've been brainwashed by their stupid parents. I just think like, oh God,
Just treat people how you want to be treated. That's like the main thing.
they paid
It's
it so
important.
well to get the kids, like the cute kids. So shame on you.
But also, can we just appreciate who would apply for their kids? Right, imagine there being an ad saying anti-gay advert, children wanted. Like, would you put your kids forward for that? You can't put that anywhere. Like, they can't be like, our kid was an anti-gay advert, because they're never going to be in a film because no one's going to accept them. That will haunt them forever, those poor kids.
Yeah, literally. Like,
right, this next one is a slightly older one, but I think 1950. It was actually 1961, and I think that you would just absolutely die if you were gay back then, because it just seems freaking horrific. It makes me so angry, and I cannot believe even people, grandparents and stuff, obviously are lovely, as in like people's grandparents stuff are very accepting.
They've had to learn it.
They've had to learn it, but to think that they grew up with that, you just can't even imagine. Imagine being gay, like, oh, it must be awful.
So this was filmed in 1961, and it's from the Indigo Woods, California Police Department and School District, so school district as well. So let's actually watch it.
Boys beware.
That looks innocent enough, doesn't it? Lots of young people hitchhike. Seems like a good way to get from one place to another.
Yeah.
But sometimes there are dangers involved that never meet the eye. So no matter where you meet a stranger...
Dangers being, you could either...
Basically get predators.
Yeah, you could get picked up by a psycho, you could get kidnapped, you could get put somewhere where they don't let you out, yeah, or...
Sold.
Be careful if they are too friendly.
But we
One
have
never
the
knows when the homosexual is about. Let's take the case of Jimmy Barnes. Jimmy played baseball all afternoon, and he didn't feel like walking home, so he decided to thumb a ride.
So I bet that was
He'd done it
acceptable,
100
wasn't it,
times
to do?
before, and he didn't think anything was unusual when the driver struck up a friendly conversation. In fact, he seemed like a real nice guy. What Jimmy didn't know was that Ralph was sick, a sickness that was not visible like smallpox, but no less dangerous and contagious, a sickness of the mind.
Hate
You
that
see,
saying.
Ralph was a homosexual, a person...
Babe, you've got a sickness.
Oh, jokes are, I actually punch.
You've got a sickness of the mind.
I will punch him in the throat.
Oh my god, do you want to call in sick tomorrow because we've got sickness of the mind? Imagine calling out being like, hey, I can't come in today because I've got sickness of the mind, and then just being like, I'm gay.
I feel like this is such a good one to realise that in the 1960s there was the cure, and like if you were gay, there was a cure and you were ill and you needed treatment, and it's just, and you think 1960s, what, how long ago? That's like
50 years
50
ago.
years ago, like how far we have changed to be reminded.
Insane.
That there ain't no cure, because we don't need a cure.
Who demands an intimate relationship with members of
So
their
if
own
you're gay,
sex.
you demand the
So no
relationship.
matter where you meet a stranger, be careful if they
I love how
are too
it's
friendly.
like the way it's
If
filmed.
they try to win your confidence too quickly, and if they become overly personal. One never knows when the homosexual is about. He may appear normal.
Normal.
Oh, it's awful.
That one does a few. Right, so this one I have a few like things. It infuriates me, but it also makes me feel quite liberated in the same sense. It makes me feel liberated about how far we have come from 1960s. And it does
100%.
infuriate me because even 1960s, it makes me upset thinking that there was gay people that A, thought they were ill, and B, like did realise that they weren't ill. That's just where they lived. Like they had to live in shame because society assumed.
Silence.
Yeah, society
Awful.
just assumed that gay people like were like predators and like not nice people, and just, yeah. It's
But what's
sad.
insane is people still live like we've come so far, but like things are far from perfect now. They're so much better than what they were, but that's only for us. Like people, Russia for example, hundreds of countries, or even people in the UK live in like areas where
Families
it's not
as well,
accepted.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's people. There are still people that still think, like, especially when it comes to religion and stuff like that, or even just like smaller towns, people still think like that being gay it's a choice. Being gay is a choice. It's also a sickness, and also you can be treated and you can change. And that's just because they haven't been educated. And it's really, really sad that is still the case.
So this next one, or this is going to be our last one, because we thought we would just pick a small few to really kind of dissect and
Because
get
our blood
our...
can only take so much before
Yes,
it
we're going to need to scream into a pillow after this. Right.
because we haven't swore once.
School told my son he could wear a dress next year if he felt like it.
When same-sex marriage passes as law overseas, this type of program become widespread and compulsory.
So ridiculous.
Kids in Year 7 are being asked to role play being in a same-sex relationship.
Oh my god!
You can say no.
Oh my god, I'd make such a good teacher. I'd be like, everyone's gonna just be whoever they want to be. If you want to hold a boy's hand, hold a boy's hand. If you want to hold a girl's hand, hold a girl's hand. And if you want to wear a dress...
Wear a bloody dress that sparkles, if that's what you want. I feel like it's weird because, you know, when I think of someone homophobic, I feel like of someone that's not been educated, they look, I know it's awful, but maybe they don't look as educated or well put together. And that's my opinion. These women on this, they still look like nice women. They look well presented, well educated.
They look privileged. They look like privileged people that don't have to put themselves in shoes of people that have a hard time because they have just had it on a plate.
It makes me think that like they would understand if they've been. I feel like if someone's been educated, they would understand sexuality. But like to see that they still have the same views as like idiots, that just makes them an idiot. And I think that makes me sad. But I feel like the women that I've seen throughout all of the anti-gay ads is the fact that they like portray sexuality as like the gays put it on, the gays put it like pressure on, and we make people accept us.
So basically we're predators and everyone else is our prey. It's
like,
just ridiculous.
Just like this one, like you can say no, like gays, like they don't have to be in a same-sex relationship in drama and stuff like that. It's just like it's like, but you would have an issue if it was like they have to be in a relationship in like for an act. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's insane. So there are tons and tons more. We've only picked a small handful, but I mean, if you are interested in this, it's definitely worth doing some research and looking how ridiculous some of these adverts are, and I cannot believe that they have been made. Like, it literally makes my blood boil.
I also just think like I think they are really, really important. In my head I was like they should be taken down off the internet, but I still think they're a good way to look at and see how far we have come, but also to remind each of ourselves like how much work we still have to do, and to remind people around us that like they still exist. Like, you're in a nice area right now, but in the world, like the reason why we did this video is because at the moment there's a lot of hate in Russia. There's a whole terrorist homophobic group called the SOR, which are hurting people, bullying people, hunting people, murdering people. Like, it's such a serious topic. So this whole topic it still happens. It might not happen in your street, in your town, in your city, but it happens. It happens in the world.
So many places, and it's affecting millions of people.
So that is why you still should be celebrating Pride, still being part of the LGBT advocate, and still using your voice to bring awareness to these idiotic things that go on in the world. But remember what we started with, like, you are loved, you have a community there for you, you have a family, you have support. There's always going to be support for you, and you are not alone. You are, like, you don't have to be ashamed, and yeah.
So if you are watching this and you're maybe watching it from a computer or your phone and you're feeling alone and you're feeling like you're in a really crappy situation surrounded by really negative people, remember, it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what you look like, what religion or anything like that you are, what colour your skin is, you're beautiful, and everyone in the world loves you. Someone will love you somewhere, and there is definitely hope. So just stay strong and keep your head up high.
Yeah, just stay strong, stay safe. Be smart, make decisions. If you feel like you need to leave a situation, leave, but do it very, very safely. And remember that there is people around that can support you and love you. And I think in major cities there is an LGBT community which will give you that love, that light that you need. So make sure you share this video, you comment, if you like, I don't know, just comment some love. Let's have some really, really
positive
lovely
comments. So LGBT people, or even people that support LGBT plus people, leave a comment below, leave some love, and just share the love, and maybe send someone that is around you, no matter who they are, just send one person a nice text message today, or a nice message, just to share some of that love too.
So, love you guys, and we shall speak to you soon. Bye! Mwah.